Then we have a recent philosophical thought, which is that of relativism, and that is in both philosophy, ethics and morality. Relativism means that there is no absolute truth, no absolute beauty, no absolute pleasure, but everything is subject to individual judgment. In epistemology, therefore, truth is relative. Knowledge, you cannot say this is the ultimate truth, or what we have concluded is really correct. All you can say is I think it is correct. Therefore, you find that your teachers, your philosophers, and even those who are writing books, they always say, well, I assume, I think, I feel, with all qualifications, but they do not say this is truth. The Quran says this is truth, al-haq, does not say we think this may be truth. Therefore, contemporary thought in any single area is influenced by this relativist approach, and you find people saying, well, I cover myself because I think it is good, and you are fully free not to cover yourself. What does that mean? That means there is no standard of decency, dress and covering. That means a professor or a student has liberty because he or she thinks that whatever I wear is my ethical judgment. Teacher has nothing to do with it. Teacher may wear 5 cloaks one over the other, but I want to come in a shorts, just in underpants, because I feel comfortable in that, and it is my choice. Who are you to tell me? It is me. This is the most common word you hear from your children, even 3-year-old, and that is relativism, that whatever I am saying, whatever I think is right, and this has gone deep in our blood, in our mind. So, relativism in ethics and morality, we have no courage to say, well, what you are doing is wrong, what you are doing is not acceptable, but we say, okay, well, you can do it and I can do the other way. So, in ethics, morality, philosophy, culture, everywhere it has its impact. Next please. Again a school of thought which is known as rationalism. It comes from Latin ratio, reason, assumes that whatever is rationally explainable, understandable is also true. Therefore, logic and reason becomes the ultimate source and final judge. When I took my logic course in my intermediate level of philosophy, then I was told by the book that logic means drawing conclusion based on first premise, which is primary premise, then you draw from it a second premise and then conclusion. Example was, which I still remember, all monkeys walk on 2 feet, all human beings walk on 2 feet, all human beings are monkeys, which means you look for what is common, then conclude based on that, and this is a wrong conclusion, but drawn logically, rationally. Therefore, rationalism alone cannot be the judge. It can teach us certain ways, it can tell us how to relate our ideas systematically. What you do in your research, you have your basic thesis and assumption problem, but for the problem you go for review of literature, and that leads you to defining what are the questions that emerge in your problem, in your topic, and then you deal with them step by step. This is rational process, logical process. So, rationalism simply means that reason alone is everything. If reason says this whole world is running mechanically, for argument's sake we can agree with you that there is a God, but where is he? Show us where he lives, how he lives, what's lifestyle, and why we say that this world is made by him. Show us rationally, which means everything, whether dealing with Allah's existence, human existence or anything, is based on reason, nothing else. So, rationalism leads to questioning all religions, all philosophies, except what you can rationally elaborate, explain and justify. Therefore, the slide tells you about coherence theory of truth. Statements are true when they correspond to the world. Ideas represent an objective reality. In theology, it stood for reason replacing faith. In Catholic and Protestant tradition, it came to mean critical study of biblical text. The Bultmann school of thought and many others who came with the idea that everything must be rationalized. The word he used was demythologization of Bible. This is what Bultmann said about Christianity. So, rationalism means that you get rid of all other ideas except what rational premises, first premise, second premise and conclusion. This is how things must proceed.